My name is Josh Holden, and I live in Denver, Colorado. Have you ever heard the saying, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life? Well, I'm living proof of that. I own Colorado's oldest haunted house, along with a chain of escape rooms and e-commerce websites. I'm also an extreme sports junkie and addicted to traveling the world. What is up, guys? Thanks for tuning in to another video here on the YouTube channel. I just want to show you guys a little bit what we've been up to for the past little bit. We actually opened a monster museum here at the Frightmare Compound. For years we've been, collecting all these props, everything from snow beasts to animatronics to like crazy cool skeletons. And after they've been outside for so long, they start to deteriorate, and you don't want to actually ruin the props. So we've been shoving them in barns and sheds out back for years and years and years, and now we are finally displaying them again. The end of the Frightmare Compound this year is actually called the Monster Museum, and this is where we're bringing back all the old props for the past 38 years to kind of show you guys, what we have in stock here and what we've been hiding. A lot of you guys will come back out and remember, like, oh, the old shocker guy, the old snow beast, the old gatekeeper. It's super cool to see all the things that we've actually acquired over the years. Not to mention all the crazy cool mining equipment, tractors, trucks, all the stuff that's actually being used out there still. Walking through the whole compound is actually like walking through a museum. We need to start doing day tours out here. It's so cool, and everybody misses so much just seeing the stuff at night. Maybe one year we'll do daytime tours. It'd be so cool to do. But right now I'm gonna walk you guys through a little bit of the Monster Museum here at the Frightmare Compound. Let's roll. All right, so first, like right when you walk in the museum, there's this huge, we call it the jail cell, right behind me, where we actually decorated, like, all these were bought 30 something years ago. We rewired them and made them all LED. And some of these skeletons, I had to get a new skeleton head for that dude. But all the bars and everything on this were actually welded, 30 years ago plus. So it was cool to actually reuse this stuff. We had it just sitting out in an old shed out back. And then this guy was also sitting in the shed out back. He's an old prop from Distortions back in the day. When you walk through, you have all these cool podiums, if you will, that you can actually read about, when we brought him to the compound. And it also has this really cool little button. Push the button and you can actually see him work. So that's just kind of some of the cool stuff we're doing here. Some of those old animatronics are just so awesome. Like that guy, literally, we haven't used him for 10, 15 years and fired right up. Zero problems. They're all ran by like old motors and everything. Not a lot of the air stuff like today, which is a lot easier to work with, but they don't build things like they used to. That guy's still rocking and rolling, literally. So let's keep going. All right, this chick right behind me, it's this old body foam prop that we bought, years ago. My dad bought this probably in the 80s. And it's just this old body that looks like it's been all wrapped up by spiders. So we put her on the wall, put a bunch of new spiders with her just for look. But she was out there forever. She started to deteriorate, so we wanted to make sure that we saved her and keep her cool. So this is kind of where all the old props from Frightmare come to die. So check this one out. This is the old Snow Beast. So the Snow Beast was bought, probably back in the 90s. Of course, we have another little podium over here that tells about him and what these props actually cost. This dude we used forever. We set him outside when it would snow out here in Colorado, and just to show that we were open, red lights, blood all over the snow, and of course the Snow Beast always sit out front. We had this old school ice cave back in the day, so we kind of recreated it with these light up walls. This is something you can come and take selfies with here at the compound at the end. So this is one of the really cool pieces that I always loved. We retired him because his hands now and his feet are starting to get beat up. They're all latex. And so before, that he gets beat up too bad, we need to retire him in a place that people can still enjoy him. So he's one of my favorite pieces out here. So let's keep rolling. This one's really cool up behind me. It's called Laughing Sal. Laughing Sal, these were actually props that were made for amusement parks back in the day that would draw people in. So this one was actually at the Fun House down on the lakeside. I think it was in the 60s, and my dad bought this, I don't know, 30, 40 years ago. Really cool. So this one's got a little podium too, tells all about her and whatnot. You push the red button, and she still works. So yeah, she just goes back and forth. I don't have the soundtrack on her yet. Super cool though. She just has this creepy laugh and just sits there and laughs. It's, I don't know, super creepy. So a lot of you old timers will remember that one. Super cool here. This one right next door is actually awesome too. So this is another old prop that we used here at Frightmare. This is one of the original bodies from the movie The Predator back in the day. You can kind of see the picture there. This is one of the bodies that was hanging in the tree in the movie. My dad actually bought it back in the day, and we hung it from trees out here at the compound for years and years, and he's finally pretty beat up, and we need to save him. So this is where he's gonna come to die. Put him on display. You can read about him again with the podium. We kind of have just the backstory on him. So that's always a cool one too. So let's keep rolling. All right, this is a cool area. We do a bunch of autographs, a bunch of people that's been out here. People have gone through the haunted house here over the past 38 years. You know, we've got some crazy cool ones. We've got Elvira that made something out to the Frightmare Compound. We have Child's Play, so Chucky, that says to the Frightmare Compound. Jason, Ari Lehman, that one's all made out to the Frightmare Compound. Freddy Krueger. You know, we just have so many cool ones. We've got a Michael Myers signature up here. The Hills Have Eyes, the Frightmare Compound, it's breakfast time. I mean, just cool stuff that, you know, we've been around for so long that we just acquired some wild stuff for you guys to check out and see here at the end of the compound. You know, you come around the corner and it's just some crazy cool old school stuff from back in the day. Like this piece is from 1988. You know, when we were in the newspapers. I mean, we have so many newspaper articles and crazy stuff through here. Like, we have some of our old school tickets that shows, you know, the general admission was $4.50. We were only open for a week back in, what was this year, 1985. I mean, we just have tickets and flyers and everything from back in the day. 1994, we actually had the ride, Frightmare the Ride, where we got pulled behind four-wheelers in old school log rides, and you had an actual guide that would tell you about things around the compound. So, I mean, just the history behind it's so cool. And, you know, that's one of my favorite pieces. We have a ton of stuff that we're going to be adding to this too. I just haven't had time to get everything framed and done yet. But let's keep going. This is one of my favorite pieces in here too. It's actually a haunted house pinball machine from 1983. It's ridiculously cool. This is just super cool. This is back when my dad actually bought the property here. So yeah, 1983, my dad bought the compound here, the land, and built it into the compound, or the start of it. And so this was just something that I always wanted. It's a 1983 haunted house pinball machine. So this guy's been here at the compound for a while now. Figured he's got to be on display here at the museum. So pretty cool spot. This is another fun piece you've got out here. This is the old gatekeeper that used to sit above the gate, the entrance gate at the compound. Now you can actually come and snag pictures, get your whole group inside his arm, and do some fun pictures, some selfies. Always a fun piece, always something cool to post on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. So yeah, that's always a fun spot. And he's huge. I mean, he's probably 12 foot tall. So it's real cool. Let's keep going. And of course, last but not least, at the end, there's always a little swag shop. You can catch yourself I Survived, Frightmare, hoodie, hat, t-shirts. We've got some cool vintage t-shirts from 1983, some throwback stuff. Just something, you know, to snag for the way out, a little memory for life kind of gig. That's about all I'm going to show you right now. There's a bunch of other stuff here in the museum, but you guys got to come out and check it out. It's pretty wild, super cool. I think it was a great addition to the compound this year. So come out, check it out. Thanks for tuning into this video, and until next time, See ya.